That's me all day.
It's so funny. Every time I interview her, man is always 5 steps away, making sure I don't say no. That's crazy.
I hope that I can have kids one day, and I hope I can have them in love, and I hope that I can be a part of a family that, breaks generational.
So, the buzz around town is that Rihanna and A$AP Rocky are keeping their love and excitement alive, and it doesn't seem like they're going to hit the brakes anytime soon. The gossip flying around is all about how Rihanna might be expecting their third bundle of joy, and it seems like coming up with a new album is pretty much on the back burner for her right now. It's pretty clear that A$AP is totally in the idea of expanding their little family even more. And Rihanna? Well, she's absolutely on board with that plan. She's got her heart set on welcoming a little girl into their family mix, and looks like she's determined not to put a pause on the baby-making train until she gets that sweet baby girl she's been dreaming of.
Is there one thing you can't do?
So far, have daughters.
You can't do it.
So far.
If you've been scrolling through social media for the past few years, you probably noticed how Rihanna's fans have pretty much been vocal, practically pleading for a new album for what seems like forever. And while Rihanna has made it clear that music is still on her mind, it looks like she's putting her family first before everything else. Flashback to 2020, where she was quizzed about any new projects in the pipeline. She shared, "I can't say when I'm gonna drop, but I am very aggressively working on music. I don't want my albums to feel like themes. There are no rules, there's no format, there's just good music, and I feel it. I'm putting it out." But as mentioned earlier, it's obvious she's got her focus elsewhere, because just over a year after that interview, she dropped the news that she and A$AP were expecting their first child together. By May 2022, she welcomed her new baby into the world, and everyone was over the moon for her. Many thought this would be the moment she'd dive back into the studio to continue her music journey. Rihanna, on the other hand, caused the internet to buzz once more in the previous year when she disclosed that she was expecting her second child during her halftime show at the Super Bowl. It turned out that the most memorable part of the evening was when she revealed that she was pregnant. It was at that moment that people began to realize that perhaps she is seriously contemplating leaving the music industry in order to devote herself entirely to caring for her children. On the other hand, here's the catch. Rihanna had no intention of actually announcing her pregnancy during that performance. She stated that she was aware of the kind of response that would be elicited if people saw her pregnant once more, despite the fact that she has not yet released any new music. On the other hand, because her dress would not zip up all the way, she was forced to think on her feet and go on stage with her baby bump visible to everyone.
But look, I see you.
Here's the thing. Look. I did what I had to do, right? My jumper couldn't zip up.
There were a few fans who felt entitled to her and became quite upset when she announced that she was expecting another child, despite the fact that a large number of people were overjoyed for her, even going as far as to express their displeasure with her on the internet. A small number of individuals expressed their opinion that her pregnancy was preventing her from delivering outstanding performances. Furthermore, some individuals didn't hold back on their criticism and decision to expand her family with A$AP Rocky, particularly when taking into consideration that he was previously making remarks that were quite insensitive towards black women. Fans also weren't too happy when they saw that A$AP Rocky was preventing them from accessing Rihanna's new music. One fan wrote, "Rihanna is pregnant again. Lord, can A$AP just let her sing us a few songs, please?" Following the backlash, Rihanna decided to take a step back and began sharing less about her personal life with fans, as things were getting way too negative. That was until recently, when she lit up the stage at a pre-wedding ceremony for the Ambani family's youngest son, marking a grand entrance all the way to India. She reportedly bagged a cool $9 million for her performance at Anant Ambani's pre-wedding bash. In case you never heard, he's the youngest Mukesh Ambani, who's India's wealthiest and world's 10th wealthiest person. The Ambani family is no stranger to causing a stir with their extravagant weddings, which always manage to captivate the internet for days. Remember when Beyoncé performed at Isha Ambani's pre-wedding in 2018 for a reported $4 million? That was surely something, and Rihanna managed to bill them more than twice that amount just 6 years later. Anyway, coming back to Rihanna, she stepped up and delivered her first major performance in nearly 8 years, clearly enjoying every moment. Yet it didn't take long for the crowd to notice a slight baby bump, sparking rumors that she might be expecting once again. And of course, this reignited the fury of certain fans who believe they have any say in her personal choices, criticizing her for potentially being pregnant again. Shortly after her performance, Rihanna and her best friend went live on Insta. When someone brought up the topic of her new album, Rihanna couldn't hide her frustration, exclaiming, "Who said album?" before turning away from the camera, visibly upset by the question.
Here's the album, guys. Just relax.
Who said album?
Just be cool.
Jesus.
Just be cool. Guys.
Always
One thing at a time.
always got sick.
While some fans did not like her reaction, there were other people who were happy for her because Rihanna made it clear several times that she desperately wants to have a girl. One fan wrote in her defense, "I don't know, y'all can say whatever y'all want about Rihanna, but I do know one thing. She got the pregnant ladies out they body. Ever since Rihanna didn't, now every pregnant person want to be in some mesh and draws. She's an actual icon." So, Rihanna adores the joys of being a mom to her boys, but she's also dreaming of adding a little girl to the mix. She's determined to keep going until she gets her wish. Someone in her circle spilled the beans to US Weekly, sharing, "Rihanna adores her boys, but she'd still love to have a girl one day. She's always envisioned having a big family, so that's a conversation that's been on the table." Rihanna herself gave a nod to this sentiment in her interview with Access Magazine, mentioning, "I'm keeping my fingers crossed for a girl next time I get pregnant."
Pregnant.
One thing you can't do.
So far, have daughters.
You can't do it.
I mean, so far.
As soon as whispers of Rihanna possibly expecting again made their way onto social media, folks didn't waste any time diving in with their opinions. For instance, one person pointed out, "Rihanna knows she's pregnant. She looked us dead in the eye and said, 'Stop asking for an album.'" The word floating around is that Rihanna's actually pretty hesitant about confirming any pregnancy news to her fans, well aware of how intense and demanding some of them can get. This is particularly true when it comes to their clamoring for her to drop a new album pronto. The constant barrage of album inquiries in her comment section became so overwhelming that A$AP Rocky felt the need to step in. He assured everyone that she's indeed working on new music in hopes of giving her some breathing room to focus on her personal life and creative process without the added pressure.
Thank you. Album because,
We love you, A$AP. We love you.
But get this, the chatter is only going to get louder once everyone finds out that this third baby is on the way, and it won't be the last. Yet Rihanna's got her heart set on a big family scene. It turns out she's not putting any cap on the number of kiddos she'd like to welcome. Growing up in a large family herself, she's been dreaming of her own bustling household for ages. She spilled the beans in her British Vogue cover story last year, saying she's all in for a house full of children. "Listen, I'm down for whatever. My dream is to have more kids, but whatever God blesses me with, I'm here for it. Girl, boy, whatever," she shared. So, yeah, it's clear Rihanna is standing strong on the motherhood front, not letting anyone's opinion sway her resolve. Although she's keeping the details about her pregnancies more under wraps now. As for A$AP, he's on board for this adventure, ready for a bigger family than he might have originally imagined. And, as expected, people have their own takes on this. Like someone who commented, 100 years from now, the world will wonder one baffling question. Of all the people in the world, me included, why did Rihanna choose to get pregnant by A$AP Rocky? Do you think people should avoid being that nosy when it comes to those matters? Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments down below.